Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, last night. Let's talk about last night. Actually, it was right after I finished recording, saying goodnight. I'm standing there, hanging out. Haven't set up my tent yet, and the bugs are just relentless. Black flies, gnats, no-see-ums, mosquitoes. It was terrible. So I set up my tent by the fire tower. I get in there, and I'm like, well, this is miserable. It's hot. There's you can see so many bugs just trying to get in. So I must have sat in my tent for maybe 10 minutes. And I'm like, no, I'm going back down to the shelter, because at least there weren't that many bugs. So I pack up my tent and I start heading down. And the hiker who was going to stay there, he's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, dude, too many bugs. They're bad, man. To the point where you have to stay in your tent and it's too hot to stay in your tent. And he's like, oh man. He's like, so where are you going? I'm like, I'm going 0.3 backwards and I'm going to that shelter. He's like, you're going backwards? I said, yeah, I'm going backwards. I don't care. Cause I've done this northern half. If I would have walked what I'm saying is, if I would have walked forward, I know there's no campsites for a while. There was a campsite 0.1 backwards. So, duh. But anyway, he kept walking forward, and I stayed 0.1 back. Had to cold soak my ramen again because he was the one with the fuel, but oh well. And then I get to the other campsite. I set it up, and I'm like, oh, great. The bugs are just as bad. And then it starts raining. But you know what? The rain cooled everything down, and it took the bugs away. As for today, my plan is 19 and a half. I know. I really shouldn't do that. But I want a shorter day tomorrow into town. I want to do 10 and a half miles into town so I can resupply at a reasonable time and all that good stuff. So here's to 19 and a half miles. If I do make it, I'll stay at Sterling Pond Shelter. So we'll see. Wish me luck. Anyway, enough blabbing. Let's get to it. And most importantly, it's gonna be a beautiful day. Okay, I got to eat breakfast because I had to skip that. The mosquitoes this morning were just disgusting. I think I'm off trail too. Let's see here. Alright, so I'm not supposed to go this way. Okay, here we go. Woo! I was lost. Anyway, now it's about 15 miles to Stratton Pond Shelter. And that's where I will reside for the night. 15 something. So let's get to it. I really got nothing to say. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. I was gonna get water at that source right there. I didn't realize it's flowing out of a beaver pond. And if you remember, my Sawyer's not working. So on to the next one. I've got this much. There's a shelter in like a mile and a half. And I'll get water there. So I would totally get water here if I had a filter that worked, but unfortunately not. I'm cruising by though. Cruisy. I think I'm already about 8 miles in. And it's not even 11, and I started at 7. Maybe. Let me check the time. 10:44, and I started at 7. That's pretty cool. It's not super fast, but it's good enough for me. I'm at least having a good pace. So, onward to this shelter, and hopefully that spring is a-flowing. Okay, we're about 10 miles in, and it's a little past 12 o'clock. Woo! I'm making my way down some mountain. I was just at a shelter, hanging out with some hikers, but I'm making my way down that mountain now. And when I get to the parking lot, I believe it's Stratton Mountain parking lot. When I get there, I'm gonna take a break. I gotta take these feet out of these shoes. I should have done it at the shelter, but there's a lot of bugs. So let's try and make it another however many, shoot, I can't remember. Maybe like 3. Yeah, I think it's 3 miles. So let's try and make it another 3 miles. And then these puppies can come out of these shoes. See that? That goes down to the pits of hell. Check this out. I just fell in there. Man, I was doing so good with skipping it all. You got this round in Vermont. I'm gonna chill here. I got a big climb coming up Stratton Mountain, and then at the bottom of that is Stratton Shelter. So I'm gonna have me some lunch, and when I feel like it, I'm gonna get up that mountain. I gotta take my shoes off. My feet are probably so disgusting. Ugh, it's like 1 o'clock. And now I'm just taking my shoes out of my feet out of my shoes. Up here in a rainstorm. I don't think I should have done that. I'm going back down. Well, that sucks. I went up there, and of course I should have worn my rain jacket, but I have it on now at least. Anyway, went up there with 2 other hikers. They got all the way to the top, and they turned around and booked it back down. It was cold up there, and what you think, like, because the tower, okay, has windows, has a roof, you think it's gonna save you from the rain. Nope, not at all. If anything, I got hit more up there. So 3.2 miles to my final destination. I have to go down, 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 down. And she's a slippery beast, but I'll make it. Think I'm gonna sleep in the shelter tonight, as much as I don't want to. I have a wet tent already, but I don't have a wet quilt and wet clothes and all that. So logically, why would I sleep in the tent? Well, at least this rain feels good. It's not coming down hard. It's a little chilly, but it feels good. Because at least now, when I say I'm soaked, it's not just sweat. It's water too. All right, let's get to Stratton Pond Shelter, shall we? Stratton pond was really awkward going to the pond because there's like 5 other people there. I think they're hikers. I saw a bunch of gear, but they are some of the unfriendliest hikers I've ever met. Nobody wanted to talk. Like, I walked down, introduced myself, and nobody even like said, "Oh, hi, my name is blah blah blah." They just went, "Hi," and then it got quiet. And then I asked the one guy, "Are you hiking the long trail or Appalachian?" "Oh, we're just here swimming." And I'm like, to me, it doesn't look like you're just here swimming. You know, it's really weird. Anyway, I'm going back to the shelter now. I'm gonna eat me some cold ramen. I feel like the shelter's gonna be packed come tonight, or probably when I get back there. I think that's it, folks. I think that's it. Look at this. This is what I have to deal with. See this huge mess? Anyway, have a good night. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.